Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me here today for another Halo discussion video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Halo the Master Chief Collection with its progression system and unlocks and adding in challenges. We're also going to be taking a look to the future of Halo in 2020 and what is coming, so stick around. Halo Reach released on December 3rd of 2019 and has been a pretty big success. It's been a game that I've been enjoying. However, there still are problems with the title and the way that things have been implemented, primarily its progression system and the way that cosmetics for Halo Reach and the Halo Reach multiplayer are unlocked. Now, in the previous version of Halo Reach on the Xbox 360, you earned a base amount of credits for certain things that you did in-game, from completing matches to earning medals, and pretty much kind of the same thing that they rate you on with the Xbox One version is teamwork. Now, what Halo Reach ended up doing eventually, because once you progressed further into the ranks in the original Halo Reach, it became such a grind. And I myself was a huge Halo Reach fan, a huge Halo Reach player. I never hit the max ranking that they have in the game. And I played the game pretty regularly for about 5 years after its release. Now, one thing that they've talked about with adding in things and more ways to give you progression unlocks in Halo Reach for the Xbox One is the added challenges. Now, this is what the challenges look like in the original version of Halo Reach, and there's not really that many. You have a weekly challenge that you could work towards and finish, but then there are also daily challenges that you could complete. And this would go through a huge list of different things that you could do, whether it was killing a certain amount of enemies, completing a campaign with all skulls on or on a legendary playlist, or something along that nature. There were so many different ways that you could earn XP. You could also play the firefight mode online with other players as well. Now, right now, within Halo Reach on the Xbox One, the only way for you to earn XP is to play the multiplayer, and my understanding is also that you earn a very little bit of credits or XP, for the firefight mode. Now, of course, because the progression system in Halo Reach for the Xbox One isn't perfect, this has led to people cheesing the system where they are doing what's called AFK or XP boosting, where they will set up a way to keep their controls interacted with, whether it's through a rubber band or through a program on their computer. And then they go into matchmaking and they don't play. They're just staring up at the sky, spinning around. And this, when it comes to team games, is detrimental to the experience. And 343 knows this, and they are going to be banning players who do this. Now, people are cheesing this XP system, the progression system, because it turns into a complete grind that almost, in a way, has turned me off from wanting to work towards unlocking everything right away. And part of my solution to this that I've said in a previous video is to make earning each seasonal currency all the same amount of XP. Now, you could make it a high amount, you could make it a low amount, but the simple fact of the matter is these problems exist because it turns into a grind. I am only on the third section in. I just unlocked the other day the happy birthday effect, that when you get shot in the head, the confetti when you die shoots out everywhere. And I've been playing this game 3 to 4 hours a day since it's released. Now, obviously, I've been performing differently through each match. Sometimes I earn the max amount of XP for each section that they judge you on. Sometimes I don't. But the simple fact of the matter is it needs to be changed and it needs to be improved. Another thing that confuses me is the fact that you earn this XP currency right now, and you have to manually go in and unlock the next cosmetic that you have earned. Since there's only one thing that you can really unlock at a time, and you can't choose what you unlock, wouldn't it just make more sense to have a Fortnite style thing where every time you level up, it just automatically unlocks for you? I understand that they put this in because when future seasons exist and you actually get to choose what you want to go in and purchase with the seasonal XP system. But until that point, having it in now, it just doesn't really work all that well. It seems kind of backwards to me. Now, I can only speak to my own experiences, but since Halo Reach has released in the MCC in December, I've noticed a rise in the amount of toxicity with the player base. And just toxicity from players that are griefing other players for when you pick up a weapon that they want, and that's always happened, but it seems to be happening to me more frequently, to the players that are using the XP boosting, to players that quit out of matches when they get a little bit behind. I've started playing free-for-all, but I've also really been waiting for them to add in the challenges that they've talked about previously. Now, in Halo Reach on the Xbox 360, the way that challenges worked, where there were challenges that you could do where you would just play campaign and firefight, they had multiplayer, and they also had a weekly challenge. Now, I'm looking forward to these challenges adding in to expand ways of being able to earn the XP. But what I would really like to see is them to add a lot of challenges, a lot of daily challenges, a couple of weekly challenges, ways to give players that maybe don't enjoy playing multiplayer an option of how to earn these XP unlocks, because as of right now, currently, that is the only way to unlock cosmetic items for Halo Reach is to play the multiplayer. And not everybody is a multiplayer person. Now, looking ahead to Halo in 2020, it's going to be a pretty busy year. Halo the Master Chief Collection is going to be releasing more on PC. It's going to be releasing Halo Combat Evolved, and that's going to be hitting the Halo Insider program, and Halo 2 looks like it's not going to be too far behind it. Halo Infinite is going to be releasing late in 2020 as a launch game for the Xbox Series X, and honestly, I'm slightly worried about the game and the simple fact that it's also being released on Xbox One. Now, while I am excited for that, because I don't know as of now, not knowing the price of the Series X, if I'm going to be able to afford it at launch. However, I'm worried about it because with them launching it on both consoles, they're going to have to be able to capitulate to the lowest common denominator, which is going to be the original Xbox One that released back in 2013. They're not going to be able to do anything with it on the Xbox One that is out of the scope that they've been developing it for the Xbox Series X. There's also the question of crossplay. Are we going to be able to play with people that are playing on the Series X? Is that going to be creating a imbalanced format where the game's obviously going to run and look way better on the Series X than it will on the original Xbox One from 2013? Are those players going to have an advantage over them? Are they going to make it equalized somehow, which would then make the Series X version really no better than the Xbox One version? We don't know. There's a lot of questions, and they've also said that they're going to be holding betas for every Halo game moving forward, and they said this shortly after Halo 4 released on the Xbox 360, because they didn't run a beta for that, but they did obviously run a Halo 5 beta, and that ran months before the game released. So if they're going to be looking to hold flighting programs for Halo Infinite, one, there's going to be a huge NDA. I can guarantee you that until they publicly show it, if you're in the flighting programs, you're going to have to sign a heavy NDA, non-disclosure agreement, that you're not going to show anything, that you can't talk about it. And we'll see if Halo YouTubers hold to that, because when the original flighting program for the MCC started in 2018, you weren't supposed to talk about it, you weren't supposed to show it, but of course that didn't stop people. So if they want to have any meaningful testing for Halo Infinite when it comes to gameplay design or map design, they're going to want to do it pretty soon if they're going to be able to implement any of those changes into Halo Infinite by the time that it launches. Now, if they're doing what a lot of game publishers do, where they basically just make the game and then they put the flighting or the beta out like a month or a couple of weeks before the actual game launches, then basically all they're doing are server stress tests, maybe very minor tweaks and changes to gameplay, but nothing that's going to be significant. And that honestly was the impression that I received when they had discussed the flighting for Halo Infinite, was that we were actually going to have a hand in giving them feedback in developing the game and making meaningful changes along the way. Don't forget though, in order to be part of the conversation and have your voice heard, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment in the section down below. If you're new around here, go ahead and check out some of my previous videos. I upload content weekly. I am currently trying to get over a pretty bad cold, so if my upload schedule is a little bit more sporadic for the next week, that is why. But until next time, everyone, thank you all for joining me here today, and I'll see all of you in the next video.